Okay, so as I taught you about the first line of defense, so today we are going to start with the second line of defense. So, first of all, it is non specific. Non specific. How? Means these are not particular for any organism or cannot and can attack on any means organism or bacteria. These are not particular for any bacteria to kill like कोई होता है जो particular होता है कि हम ऐसे चीज़ को ही मारना है तो ये particular नहीं होते means they can kill any bacteria. Okay, so now in this second line of defense, it includes four things. Include number one is our cells. Cells. Number two, protective protein. Number three is inflammatory response. And number four is temperature response. Okay, so let's first see the cells. Number one, cells. So here we have three type of cells. Number one, macrophages. Number two, neutrophils. And number three, natural killer cells. Okay, so let's discuss first macrophages. Now, micro means big, phages means to eat. Okay, for suppose like this is we have macrophage. This is macrophage and the bacteria or an antigen is entering in this body. Like this is bacteria or any antigen which is entering in the macrophage cell. Okay, this has been entered. Now this macrophage will phagocyte this, means this will eat this bacteria. Phagocytose. This will eat this bacteria. Means these are the macrophages use bacteria to cut. These will cut this bacteria to cut and then they make one protein at the surface of their macrophages, like they make one protein. So that protein is known as MHC. Okay, so on here they will represent the bacteria which they have cut. The bacteria which they cut, so they will represent this bacteria over here. So this is known as the representing cell. So here the macrophages represent the antigen that is called APC, means antigen presenting cell. Antigen presenting cell. Okay, so now let's see this in detail. First of all, here we have blood. This we have blood. Okay, blood. So now here we have small type of WBC, white blood cells. Here we have white blood cells that are monocytes. Monocytes. Okay. So now in the downward side of this blood, this vessel or blood, here we have some cells. So these are in the group. So group of cell is called tissue. Group of cell called tissue. Okay. So now, okay. So here these monocytes will come out from the blood to here. So here we have some tissues, and they will stay long time. Okay, so in blood these cells are known as monocytes, but after coming outside from the blood these cells now are called macrophages. Macrophages. So now here we have tissues, like any tissues of hair organ we can have here. Any tissue of organ, for suppose lungs, kidney, and etc. etc. Okay. So okay, so as I told you here, monocyte will come outside and will come over here with these cell group of cell, not tissues, with these tissues. So these are monocytes. Okay. So now we have these macrophages will release some chemical. Here it will release. Okay, well let me do it here. It release some chemical. This is known as interleukin 1. Interleukin I. Release chemical called interleukin I. Okay, so now this interleukin I the role of this interleukin I is that it will increase the blood temperature in our body. Increase blood temperature in our body. Okay. Okay, so now till here the macrophages are done, means the macrophages have some work, like they will break down the bacteria and they will put on the surface of their macrophages, so that is known as MSG. So this will represent at the APC, means antigen representing cell. Here they will represent the small pieces of bacteria which they cut. So after going in blood they are known as monocytes. After coming out from the blood they are known as macrophages. So macrophages release some protein chemical that is known as interleukin chemical, which increase the blood temperature in our body. So now let's move towards another cell that are neutrophils. Okay. Okay, so here we have second one, that is neutrophil. These neutrophils have short life. Okay, so the one thing which is common in neutrophil and macrophages, that is they both do phagocytes. I mean they both kill kill or eat the bacteria. They both same same thing between neutrophil and macrophages, that is phagocytosis. Okay, so but neutrophils are most abundant. There are a lot of neutrophils. We can say that these are the most abundant, and they will release enzyme that is known as lysosome. Okay, release enzyme called lysozymes. Okay, so as these they will release enzyme that is known as lysozyme. So they will break these enzymes, break bacterial cell and cell wall of bacteria. Okay, so let's see further. As we have this blood vessel, okay, so here we have neutrophils. Here we have, neutrophils. Okay, so at the blood vessels there are some cells that are attached. So the neutrophils they will squeeze themselves like this and move outside from the blood. Like this they will squeeze themselves and move outside the blood. So outside the blood we have bacteria, chemical. So these neutrophils will eat these bacteria and they will die. They will die because they have short life. After eating the bacteria they will also die. So after that after that they are called as pus. ओके दे आर पस लाइक हम कहते हैं कि हमारा में जम गया कोई मतलब लिक्विड हो गया, जम गया कि कहीं चोट लगती है तो लिक्विड सा निकलता है या मतलब जम जाता है लिक्विड या ब्लड, तो उसको हम कहते हैं पस, जम गया है। तो यहाँ पे भी हम सेम ही कहेंगे पस, दैट बॉडीज आर कॉल्ड एज पस। ओके, सो नाउ लेट्स गिव एन ओवरव्यू ऑफ दिस, दैट इज बेसिकली like first we have the neutrophils that have the short life, and the same thing between neutrophil and macrophages is known as phagocytes, means they will also eat the bacteria. So the most abundant they are large in number, they are more number in, and so they release enzyme that is known as lysozyme. So lysozyme enzyme that they will break the bacterial cell or the cell wall of bacteria. So here we have the blood vessels. In blood vessels we have the neutrophils. So neutrophils squeeze themselves and move out from the blood vessel, and outside the blood vessel we have some bacteria, chemicals. So they will eat these bacteria and they will die because as they have short lives. So after eating these bacteria they will also die. So after that they are called the pus. Okay, so now let's move towards the third, that is we have the natural killer cells. Okay, so let's move towards the third one. Okay, so third one we have natural killer cells and dot key. Can we do like this? So they will be. So these are different between the macrophages and neutrophils. Means they do not kill any bacteria or virus. Do not kill any bacteria or virus. Okay, but they play very important role in cancer cells like they will kill the infected body cells. Like for suppose there one body cell and that is infected, means bacteria come in the body cell, so that cell is known as infected. So they will kill that infected body cell, but they will not kill any bacteria or virus. So they play important role in cancer cells and kill infected body cells. Kill infected body cells. So let me draw, or somehow let me explain like this. So here we have some cells. Okay, mean these are the normal cells. Normal cell. So here we have some these both are known as cancer cells. For suppose cancer cell or any infected cell, body cell. Okay, so now the natural killer cells will come and they will eat these both bacteria, these both infected body cells, not bacteria, sorry. They will eat these bacteria. Now how they will eat, let me draw a picture over here. For suppose here we have one cell. Okay, so here the natural killer cell will make the pores on this cell, pores on the surface of this cell. Okay, and so through these pores liquid will come inside. As outside we have liquids, so through this pore the liquid will come inside. From here and here this liquid will come inside, and so after coming liquid more and more, so the enzyme will come and burst this means cell. Okay, and so after filling this, that cell will be burst. So now let me tell you. So here is one protein that is protein for foreign protein foreign, which make these cells. Okay, which makes me the surface on whole like this, which make pores or holes on the surface of the cell. Okay, so let me give you an overview of natural killer cells. So natural killers are totally different from the macrophages and neutrophils because they do not kill any bacteria and virus. They are not a phagocytosis, while the macrophages and neutrophils were phagocytes. Okay, so but they will play very important role in the cancer cell or kill infected body cell. For suppose in any person body cell there is some bacteria, they attack that. So that body is known as now infected body cell. So they will kill these infected body cells. Like here we have the normal cells, but they both were the cancers or infected body cells. So natural killers came and they will kill these bodies, infected body cells. Now here for suppose this we have the infected body cell. So the natural cell will make the pores on the surface of the cell. On the surface of the cell from which the water or liquid will move inside. Liquid will move, so more and more liquid will move, so obviously they will burst. So here the main protein will work, that is known as protein porphyrin, which make these pores and work like this. Okay, hope you got it, you have enjoyed. So remaining like we have some remaining like we have only discussed about the cells. Remaining we have a protective proteins, inflammatory response, and temporary one we will discuss further on.